I'm selling weed, baby. Giggity gig giggity gig giggity 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 giggity. Yes, here we go. I did my dance of luck. That's also my dance of joy and my dance of completion and my dance of success. That's a dance of a lot of things for me. You know, I used to be a butcher in Vietnam during the war. Well, you know, I was a spy. And in order to infiltrate, I needed to find an occupation that was, you know, kind of infiltratable kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? So I said, hey, I'll be a butcher. So anyway, I'm like cutting up cows and shit. And somebody comes in and says, I know you're a butcher. Well, they're saying it in their language. I have to translate for you because you don't speak Vietnamese. But they asked me if I would mind cutting up their dinner for tonight, you know, because they wanted fresh meat. And I'm like, well, sure, I'm a fucking butcher, dude. I can do that shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, give me the motherfucking meat. Well, it turned out to be a damn poodle. And I'm like, that's Fluffy. I'm not gonna chop up Fluffy. It's that black thing up in the sky over there. 12 o'clock. Oh, it's got 5. And they're like, you know, dude, this is Thanksgiving for us, and we want to stuff this mule. And I'm like, but that's Fluffy. And so anyway, I ended up like shaving the freaking afro off the mother Fletcher and chopped up the damn poodle. Now, I was cool with that because, you know, I am in somebody else's country and shit, you know, and I was thinking, you know, what the fuck, they brought their dog in because they wanted me to give him a bone or some shit, but they wanted me to wrap that motherfucker up in some meat wrap and shit. So anyway, that was cool, I did it. You know, I made some hot dogs and some weenies and shit, you know, for him. I did the whole gambit. So I'm like, all right, it can't get any worse than that. And then somebody comes in and they have this you know, them traveling kennel dog, kennel pet things that you take to the airport. And they got like, and they go, meow, 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 meow. And I'm like, listen, I'm like, what the fuck is all that noise? Well, this one had a bag of cats, and they wanted me to make some cat food. Well, for them. And I'm like, but that's like Fluffy. Oh, I call all my animals I own Fluffy. And they're like, I know, but it's Thanksgiving, and we want to have this meal here. And I'm like, oh, shit. So I shaved the calico cat, and then I shaved the Siamese cat, and then I shaved the mother Fletching black cat. That was lucky. And I chopped him up, you know, and put it in a meat bag and shit. Man, what do I got? 2 left, and where's the other one? Go to, oh shit, it's going down. Let's go to this one. Straight ahead. So by the end of the day, I was cutting up like motherfucking all the pets that I see when I go to my homies' houses and shit. Fluffy, Spot, fucking Dribbles. Oh, there was another cat in there. I think it was fucking Morris, the cat, because he was like red, and when I cut him open, he had like lasagna in his stomach and shit. So I was like, what the fuck is that? So anyway, so the next day, you know, I had a meeting with the generals and all that shit, you know, to give them my report. And I told him, I says, you know, they says, well, what's going on? You know, how can we beat the freaking Vietnamese people and shit, you know? And I'm like, just take away their fucking pets. And they are starved to death. And that's how we won the war. Yes, sir, that's how we won the war. Yeah. By the way, they don't call them hamburgers over there, they call them puppy burgers over there. The younger, the better. Ew. Well, look at the freaking Filipino people who eat that balut. Balut is like an egg that's supposed to be a chicken in a few days. You got hair, beak, eyes, feet, nails on the motherfucker, and they still eat it right out the egg, hair and all, like it's a goddamn Twinkie. What the fuck? But again, that's somebody else's country. That's what they do. Yeah, that's why they can't vote now, because they keep eating the ballot. The ballot, get it? Well, forget it. Man, what people eat, you know, in Africa they eat bugs and shit. You know, we step on them and them motherfuckers be making like patties and shit out of them, like beetle burgers or some shit. That shit is nasty. When I was African, I went to McDonald's. I didn't eat none of that crazy shit. It was kind of tough though, because if you went to McDonald's at night, you could almost become lion food. You know what I'm saying? Like the Greeks and the Romans and shit. Lion food. But I'm gonna tell you, McDonald's back in the day was better than eating some damn cockroach. I'm gonna tell you. They ate spiders and shit. At least they didn't eat fluffy. That's why I stopped being African. They eat crazy shit. Oh, there goes some more. Alright, let's get the chopper home. Chopper's out, chap. Let's pop over here. Again, if this was mail trucks, I wouldn't have given a shiznit. I wouldn't have given a shiznit. You know, I worked for the phone company, and I was up on a pole one time, and I was just fixing the lines and shit, and I heard somebody saying, I'm gonna kill the bitch, you know, she's gonna fucking die, I'm gonna cut her throat and then kill her kids, and I'm like, oh shit, I better like fucking call the cops, you know? So I pick up my cell phone because, you know, I didn't want to like use somebody else's phone, that's their dime. So I call the cops and says, hey, I got this guy that's gonna kill his wife and shit and his children right now. I'll tell you the address in a second. And like, you know, a few minutes later, I got like 30 police cars right underneath me. I'm on the top of the pole over there, pushing bees away from my fucking earphone piece thing over there. And so they're like, well, where is it? Where is it? And I'm like, okay, I'm triangulating. So, you know, then I find out that it's like a mile and a half down the road next to one of those feed stores, you know? So all the cops go over there, you know, and they crash the door in and they shoot the fucking man, you know, because he's got a knife and shit. And he's like screaming, I'm gonna fucking cut it! And then they shoot him. And come to find out what it was TV, and he was cutting a cake, and his wife didn't want him to cut it because it was supposed to be for a cake sale, but he was like, I'm gonna cut the fucking cake because I'm hungry. And so they killed him. And I tell you what though, the TV show they were watching, Donovan, yeah, he wasn't fucking around, man. Ooh, I see ya. Anyway, they killed the guy. His wife was kind of pissed off. But then she was happy because he didn't fucking eat the cake. So, I stopped listening on phone calls and just did my motherfucking job. You hear me? Fuck that shit. Dos más. Where are we here? Let's go to you, straight ahead. I see you. You know, when I was in the second grade, we had to write this report about, hang on now, oh yeah. We had to write this report about what it's like to be something, you know, like the occupation, what it's like to be a doctor, what it's like to be if we were to be a doctor, what we would do, you know, if you were a doctor, what kind of doctor, if you were a pilot, what kind of, yeah, anyway, so we had to write this report. And I said, what is that freaking smoke up there? So why you got smoke here? You lie! You lie! So I said I wanted to be a drug dealer. And, you know, I had said because they have good cars and they got bitches. Yeah, I was in the second grade and I was calling them bitches because that's what the rap records used to say. There's nothing but a bitch in the house. Shit. Anyway, so, and my teacher's like, she gives me like a B minus, and I'm like, well, what the fuck I got a B minus for? And she says because you were killing people in there and you was like killing rival gang members and you were having sex with everybody. And I'm like, but that's what fucking drug dealers do. So I made her give me a B. Because I told her, I said, you know what, my brother's a drug dealer and he's gonna come over here and beat you. And yeah, I got a B. That's alright though. That's cool. I was in second grade. Yeah, we had a tough school. Our teachers wore guns. But they weren't like pistols. They had like shotguns and freaking long rifles on their shoulders and shit. There were no metal detectors over there. There was a dog though. If the dog smelled something, they fucking shot you. So nobody ate meat when they went to school. Does anybody ever fart in the classroom? I remember farting in the classroom and it was like a stinky. It was green smoke and shit, you know, people's eyes were like bleeding. Paint was coming off the wall. Well, it was an old school, so it wasn't my fault the paint was coming off the walls. But paint was coming off the walls and shit, and I broke 2 windows. But, you know, you try to say, hey, it wasn't me, it was like Jimmy. But you see, Jimmy was out that day, so it didn't work out for me. And then I remember one time it really was my shoe that made the fart sound. Boom! And I'm like trying to repeat it. I'm like rubbing my foot on the ground. It was my shoe, and they're like, no, dude, no, you're fucking lying. Just... Yeah, man.